post week 6 fantasy gymnastics update. We're recording this on February 12th. We're going to tell you who's a steal, who's on a bye, who's injured, who are your biggest risks, who you should get to get an easy 9-9. And some people that you might have not have thought to put on your team, we're going to tell you who to put on there. Welcome to the #1 gymnastics podcast in the galaxy, GymCastic. And here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation, where you can find the schedule, the links to how to watch, the links to the scores, all you need. This is our very own standalone fantasy gymnastics update podcast. And we have just launched our inaugural fantasy
but sure, go with
league in beta in the 2024 season, and we're having our very first elite meet because we're doing this through the Olympics. So we're trying out how elite works with this. So we're going to start with Winter Cup, and you can find all of this at gymcastic.com/fantasy. So the way that the fantasy draft works for Winter Cup, it's only open to Club Gym Nerd members who want their feedback on how this works, how they like it. Spencer, will you tell people how it works?
Yeah, you're going to draft 2 all-arounders, 1 routine on vault, 1 routine on bars, 1 routine on beam, 1 routine on floor. So strategy, who do you think is actually competing the all-around at Winter Cup? So for the 1 day of competition for senior women, and we're planning to open it this week, and hopefully we'll have like a start list before the competition. That would be cool, so we know who's competing the all-around. We can like tell people about it so you can plan it.
So we'll probably send out a notice, and we are having right after podium training, so we can tell you who did what. We're going to do a live podcast after podium training at Winter Cup, so hope that that will help you draft people. So let's look at roster bargains after week 6. These are people who have gotten a 9-9 or above. So let's start with vault, because we go in Olympic order, unlike some networks who put things in the wrong order in their lower third graphics.
Really? So Luisa Blanco, Alabama. On vault, yes, we know, Luisa Blanco, her form is gorgeous, but also remember her on vault and not just her perfect beam and her perfect floor. She's currently ranked 5th on vault, averaging a 9.912, which means you're getting one of the top vaulters in the country at not the highest pricing tier, which is $6,250.
Chloe LaCourcier, also at Alabama. Known more for her bars, but Chloe has competed on vault in every meet and just posted a 9.95 this past weekend. Chloe LaCourcier.
Look out for Anaya Smith at Arizona State. Vault specialist, has a Yurchenko 1.5. She's competed in every single meet. Last 3 vaults have all been 9.9 plus. Got a 10 from one judge in there. So it's happening. Anaya Smith's vault.
Danny Ferris at Florida, up on vault in every meet with some mixed results, but this past week things came together and she hit a 9.95.
And Ariana Patterson at Kentucky, one of the handspring pike half army, vaulting every week, always in the lineup. 3 of her last 4 have been above 9.9. She's currently ranked 15th on vault. I think any of the Kentucky handspring pike halfers or Raina Worley's Yurchenko 1.5 are worth it, but highlighting Ariana Patterson this week.
So over to bars. Oregon State's Sage Thompson. She's been up on bars at every meet. 3 of her 5 routines have been 9.9 or above.
Kat Lavasser, bars. I mean, she's in Oklahoma's bars lineup, so you know it's going to be a good score. She posted a high of 9.95 and is averaging a 9.875 this year, and that has been the emerging star for Oklahoma, even though she is an upper class woman, because that's what happens in Oklahoma. Suddenly you're in lineups that you were never in before, and you're getting perfect scores.
Allison Fears at Arizona. She competed in all around every meet, and in the last 2 meets on bars, she posted a 9.9 and a 9.95. So this is Arizona, cold Arizona, not hot Arizona. University of, not state. That's the Arizona.
Nicole Riccardi of Ohio State competes vault and bars, averages a 9.85 on bars, but this past week, 9.95. Important score to keep in mind if you're looking for a bars routine.
Sarah Clark at Arizona State, hot Arizona. She has been on bars and beam lineup every week, and in her last 2 meets, she posted a 9.9 and a 9.95.
Talking about beam, don't forget, when you're thinking about Miley O'Keefe, don't forget about Abby Paulson. We all know about Abby Paulson, but third-ranked beam worker in the country for a bargain at 5,000 GymCastic bucks. And, you know, you're actually getting this. She's actually the second ranked because Brooklyn Roway from Minnesota is still ranked number 1, but got hurt.
Priscilla Park at Arkansas of the Pig Sueys, Arkansas. She's kind of riskier because she's someone who comes off the beam kind of a lot. Maybe, you know, it happens to her. But when she stayed on 2 weeks ago, she got a 9.975. So, like, if she stays on beam, she's a really good pick for your team.
Mm-hmm. Ella Surjord at Minnesota is part of Minnesota's beam renaissance this year, averaging a 9.865, but has been as high as 9.95 and is one of the ones at the back end of the lineup who is just getting those scores every time, bringing up Minnesota's ranking.
Minnesota beam. Everyone should have a Minnesota beam. Kira Wells at Oklahoma. So you obviously need a KJ pep talk in your lineup, duh.
Mm-hmm.
So Kira has competed beam and vault every meet for the Sooners, and she's averaged 9.85 and a high of 9.95.
And some of your favorite non-basic beam composition.
Yes.
It's not just the same skills everyone's doing. Also, for Minnesota, Katie Horak, who's right back there with Ella Surjord, beam specialist, been on beam every week, averaging 9.85, high of 9.95. Another potential huge score.
So floor, this is someone you might not have thought of for your floor lineup for good reason, because she never competed on floor except one exhibition routine in 2022. Oklahoma, steal of the century, Spencer, because she competed all around in every meet. So she's currently ranked in the top 20
say
on
who
floor.
it is, which is Kat Lavasser.
Oh, did I not say her name? Kat Lavasser, you guys. We talked about her so much before we started recording. I don't have to duh, it's Kat Lavasser. So she's in top 20 on floor with her last 4 routines going 9.95, 9.25, 9.9, 9.975. And she's only $1,000, you guys. Worthy of a sound effect.
Kennedy Griffin at Missouri, competing exclusively floor so far for Missouri, but has been 3 of 5 routines have been above 9.9, high of 9.975, which is also the Missouri program record on floor casually.
Also, Missouri is the most fun team. So they're like my spiritual team. So I don't have her on floor. And so I think I'm going to add her because Frankie Price, Arkansas, competed on floor in every meet. And 4 of her 5 routines have been above 9.9 with a high of 9.95.
Lily Smith for Georgia on floor. We know about her bars, but she came in on floor and she's been crushing it. Currently ranked in the top 25, everything above, averaging above a 9.9, although asterisk, not this week, because Georgia doesn't compete this weekend.
Oh, that's good. They're on a bye.
Be aware.
Yeah, this is Lily Baby Nastia Smith, just by the way, in case you guys forgot. Peyton Harris at Ohio State. You guys, don't sleep on Ohio State. She's competing in the all-around every meet for Ohio State, and she's been in solid on floor. 3 of her 6 routines are above a 9.9 with a high of 9.95 and nothing lower than a 9.875. You cannot go wrong, and she's only 2,000 GymCastic bucks. Peyton Harris, you guys. So this week's league winner is Team Pointed Toes. Who's not a fan of a team named Pointed Toes? I also really enjoy our 4th place name, which is Get a Grip. And Bazinga. Okay. Go for broke. That's a good one too. I like it. Okay. Week 7 lineups are locked on Thursday at noon. Thursday. I'm writing on my hand right now, so I don't forget.
You're not going to remember.
No, it's going to come off by then too. But I still won't remember, no matter what. I need one of these robots that just flies around, taps me on the shoulder, and can be like, it's time for you to set your lineup. When is that going to be invented? Okay, the price of a 10. We're going to give you, this is how much it would have cost to get a 10 last week on your roster. It was the most expensive week, which is kind of surprising since there's been more 10s already this season than the entire season last year. We have no feelings about it.
That's not true.
Wasn't that what we said in our episode today?
Not
What
at all.
was the most tens?
We've tied 2021, which was
Oh.
not last year.
We tied 2021. That's practically last year. Anyway, you guys, years. What do they mean?
Anyway, yes, people who got tens this week, you're paying for it. Maya Hooten, floor, Selena Harris vault, Leanne Wong bars, top price range. Jessica Hutchinson floor, Haley Bryant beam, close to top price range, but not at 5,000 GymCastic bucks. The Haley Bryant beam, because she doesn't always score as high on beam, but sometimes she can lean and get a 10 on beam. So now it's the same as the others.
So some league stats. So this is where we tell you, like, if you haven't thought about this person, we're going to tell you who maybe you should consider, because a lot of other people who are doing well in week 6 had these people on their team. So let's start with the person that didn't compete this last week.
Yeah.
And gave us a lot of zeros, but good for her. She needs to rest. My God, she's going to Cal. Maya Lazan.
Yeah, nearly 1 in 5 people have Maya Lazan in their vault lineup. She didn't compete. 11% also on floor. A lot of zeros. For instance, like Nia Reed not going on floor for me. Cam Machado for Alabama, currently ranked in the top 20 and averaging above a 9.9. 15% of people have Cam Machado on bars. Kreslin Bros of Kentucky on floor, who we mentioned as one of our steals, is now in nearly 15% of lineups. She got a 9.95 this week. And McKenna Smith of Utah on vault. She's currently ranked 12th, and 10% of people have her in the lineup.
Week 7, buys and injuries, so probably these people aren't going to be competing. So Alaska, did you know that Alaska goes to Centenary and they have like a party together for what's it called? The thing that's happening now, Carnival in Brazil.
I learned that at the same time as you did on our College and Cocktails episode.
Mardi Gras. Yes, we learned it from a listener on, I just love that they have that. So they're on a buy, probably because they were partying it up at Mardi Gras. And then Georgia, so Lily Baby Nastia Smith, take her out of your lineups. They're not competing this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just be aware, Naomi Morrison of Michigan had to be pulled from the floor lineup this past week. Shea Campbell and Nia Reed didn't compete last week for UCLA. Will they, won't they be back in this week? Maya Lazan rested for Cal. It was just resting, so we'll see. But, think about it. We saw Sydney Gonzalez for Oregon State get injured in the floor lineup. Bailey Bunn was out for Kentucky last week. So things to keep an eye on if you have them in your lineups and want to maybe think about it before next week.
So some teams that have 2 meets next week. So don't lose hope if it doesn't work out at the first meet. Arizona, Thursday and Monday, LIU, Saturday, Monday, New Hampshire and Temple also have 2 meets next week. So thank you so much for joining us for this week's fantasy update. We have a club, which is how we support ourselves here at GymCastic and how we can afford to go to places like the Olympic Games, which we got a credential for, again, as an independent outlet. And we are very proud of ourselves for that. So consider joining the club to support the show. And we'll be at Winter Cup again later this month, doing a live shows and live updates from there. And of course, NCAA championships, where we have a live show that's very popular and very fun. So look for details for that. So this week on College and Cocktails, which is where we pick a meet and watch it together and get together, we are getting together on 7:30 Pacific time this Friday night after we watch the Auburn LSU meet. We will see you there. Until then, thanks for listening. Good luck in your fantasy team.